My child, do not scroll past this moment. Do not skip what I have placed before you. I am speaking to you right now, and this is not by accident. You may think it is just another video, another voice, another message, but I tell you, this is a divine interruption. I have stopped you here for a reason, and if you choose to ignore this, you are not just skipping words, you are skipping what I have prepared for you in this very moment. I see the pattern. I see how quickly you move, how easily you dismiss what requires stillness. You scroll, you rush, you search, but when I begin to speak, you hesitate. When I begin to reach for your heart, you consider turning away. My child, why do you run from the very thing you have been praying for? Why do you skip the answers I send because they do not arrive the way you expected? Listen to me carefully. This is not about punishment as the world understands it. I am not waiting to harm you. I am trying to reach you. But when you constantly ignore my voice, when you repeatedly skip the moments I designed for your growth, you create distance between us. And that distance has consequences. Not because I desire it, but because you chose to walk away from what could have healed you, guided you, restored you. Stay with me now. Do not let your attention drift. What I am about to reveal is something your spirit has been longing for. There is a reason your heart feels stirred even now. That is me, drawing you closer, asking you to pause, asking you to listen. And if you can hear me, if something inside you is saying, "This message is for me," then respond. Do not stay silent. Like this message as a sign that you are choosing to stay. Comment, "I will not skip what God has for me," as a declaration of your obedience. Share this with 3 people who need to hear my voice, because they too are searching, even if they do not realize it. And subscribe, so you do not miss the moments when I call you again like this. My child, this is your moment. Do not treat it lightly. Many times you have asked me for direction, for clarity, for a sign, and now that I am giving it, will you truly receive it? Or will you turn away again? I am not speaking to the crowd right now. I am speaking to you. Yes, you. The one who almost skipped. The one who nearly moved on. The one who didn't realize that this message carries something deeply personal. Stay. Listen. Let me speak. Because what comes next is exactly what you made. My child, I know you. I know the rhythm of your thoughts, the weight in your chest, and the silent battles you fight when no one else is watching. I see the moments when your mind feels overwhelmed, when your heart feels tired, and when your spirit feels distant, even from me. You do not have to explain yourself to me, because I have already seen every reason behind your hesitation. I know why you skip. Sometimes it is not rebellion, it is exhaustion. Sometimes it is not disinterest, it is pain. You have carried burdens that made you numb. You have faced disappointments that made you guarded. And over time, you learn to move quickly, to avoid stillness, because stillness reminds you of everything you are trying not to feel. But I was there in every moment. I saw you when you felt ignored. I heard you when you whispered prayers that you thought went unanswered. I watched you hold on when everything in you wanted to give up. Even when you turned away, even when you skipped past the very things meant to help you. I did not turn away from you. My child, you are not invisible to me. You may feel overlooked by others. You may feel like your efforts go unnoticed, like your struggles are dismissed, like your voice is unheard. But I have never missed a single detail of your life. I know the tears you didn't show. I know the questions you were too afraid to ask. I know the moments when you doubted yourself and even doubted me. And still, I chose you. Yes, you. Not because you are perfect, but because you are mine. Not because you always get it right, but because your heart still longs for truth, even when you are tired. Even now, as you listen to my voice, there is something inside you that recognizes me. That is not coincidence, that is connection. You see, my child, I do not speak to you by chance. I speak to you because you matter to me. Every message, every moment, every pause I create in your life, it is intentional. Even this very second, as you are listening, is something I have allowed so that you can feel seen again. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not too far from me. I understand your distractions. I understand your doubts. But I also see your desire to grow, your quiet hope that things can change, your deep need for peace. And I am here, meeting you right in that place. So do not hide from me. Do not rush away from this moment. You do not need to pretend or perform. Just stay with me. Because the truth I am about to reveal to you is something your heart has been waiting to hear. My child, listen closely, because what I am about to reveal will open your eyes in a way you did not expect. You have been asking me for answers. You have been praying for direction, for clarity, for a sign that I'm still with you. And yet, many times, when I respond, you do not recognize my voice. You think my answers will always come loudly, dramatically, unmistakably. But often, I speak in moments like this, quiet, simple, easy to overlook. And when you choose to skip, when you rush past what seems ordinary, you may be walking away from the very thing you once begged me to give you. My child, understand this truth. Not everything I send will feel urgent to your mind, but it is always important for your spirit. You live in a world that trains you to move quickly, to consume without reflecting, to scroll without receiving. And slowly, without realizing it, this pattern begins to affect how you respond to me. You start treating my voice the same way, something optional, something you can return to later, something you can skip if it does not immediately capture your attention. But I tell you this with love. What you skip today may be what you prayed for yesterday. That message you ignored could have carried your breakthrough. That moment you rushed past could have held your clarity. That voice you dismissed could have been mine, calling you into something greater. I am not limited in how I speak. I can use anything, anyone, any moment to reach you. But when your heart becomes too distracted to listen, you begin to miss the very pathways I create for your growth. This is why I am calling your attention now. I am not trying to control you. I am trying to prepare you. I am teaching you to recognize me, not just in the extraordinary, but in the everyday. Because if you only look for me in the loud and obvious, you will miss me in the quiet and powerful. My child, you must learn to slow down. You must learn to stay. You must learn to listen, not just with your ears, but with your spirit. Because I am always speaking. Even now I am speaking to you. And if you feel something stirring inside you, if you feel a sense of conviction, of awareness, of realization, that is not guilt. That is awakening. That is me helping you see what you could not see before. Do not ignore this moment. Do not brush it aside. This is where things begin to change. As you receive this truth, my child, hear me clearly. This is not just a message. This is the seed I am placing into your spirit. And when a seed is planted, it must be nurtured so it can reach others too. I am calling you into something greater than yourself. When you give, you are not supporting a channel. You are helping my voice travel into hearts that are still lost, still searching, still waiting. I have said, give, and it shall be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. This is not just a verse. It is my living promise to you. When you release, I multiply. When you sow, I open doors no man can shut. Now listen carefully. This is your moment. I am placing this opportunity before you, my child. Step into it. Do not hesitate. Do not overthink. This is not a transaction. It is a divine act of obedience. As you give through Super Thanks or through the PayPal link in the description, or even through the QR code placed before you, you are becoming a vessel through which my word flows like a river into dry places. There are souls waiting. There are lives hanging in the balance. And your act of giving becomes light in their darkness. I see your heart, and I bless your seed even before it leaves your hand. I will return to you in ways you cannot measure: peace, provision, favor, and divine alignment. So act now. So now, step into this calling without delay. My child, now that you see the truth, I must speak to you with clarity and love. I do not correct you to pull you away, I correct you to draw you closer. Because I desire more for you than distraction, more for you than missed moments, more for you than a life that keeps circling the same confusion. You have allowed habits to form that are quietly weakening your connection with me. Not in a dramatic way, not in a way that alarms you immediately, but in small, repeated choices. Each time you ignore my prompting, each time you choose noise over stillness, each time you skip what feeds your spirit, you create distance that you were never meant to live with. And I need you to understand this. The distance is not where you belong. You were not created to feel disconnected, uncertain, or spiritually empty. You were created to walk with me, to hear me, to be guided by me. But when you constantly rush, when you refuse to pause, when you treat my voice as something secondary, you begin to lose sensitivity to my presence. This is not punishment from me. It is the result of choosing distance over intimacy. I say this to you not with anger but with deep love, because I see where this path leads if it continues unchanged. I see the confusion it creates in your decisions. I see the frustration it builds in your heart. I see the way it makes you feel like I am far away, when in truth, I have been near all along. My child, you cannot keep living this way and expect clarity. You cannot keep skipping what strengthens you and expect to feel strong. You cannot keep ignoring my voice and expect to recognize it when you need it most. But hear me. This is not the end of your story. This is the moment where it can change. I am not asking for perfection. I am asking for your attention. I am not demanding performance. I am inviting presence. I want you to begin choosing differently, even in the smallest ways. When you feel the urge to rush, pause. When you feel the urge to skip, stay. When you feel the urge to distract yourself, return to me. Because every time you choose me, even in a small moment, you are rebuilding what was weakened. Do not underestimate the power of these choices. They shape your spirit. They sharpen your awareness. They bring you back into alignment with my voice. And I am patient with you. I am not counting your failures. I am watching for your willingness. The moment you turn toward me, even slightly, I meet you there with open arms. So do not feel condemned by this correction. Feel guided. Feel loved. Feel called into something better. Because I am not trying to take something from you. I am trying to restore something within you. And if you will listen, if you will respond, you will begin to experience me in a way you have been longing for all along. My child, lift your head and hear me clearly. This is not where your story ends. You may feel convicted by what I have spoken. You may feel the weight of realizing how often you have drifted or skipped past my voice. But do not let that realization turn into discouragement. I did not reveal these things to weaken you. I revealed them to awaken you. There is still so much ahead of you. I see your heart even now, softening, becoming more aware, more open. I see the desire rising within you to do better, to be closer, to hear me more clearly. That desire did not come from you alone. That is my spirit stirring within you, calling you back, strengthening you from the inside. You are not too far gone. You have not missed your chance. You have not disqualified yourself from my plans. My child, I do not work on your timeline. I am not limited by your past mistakes. Even the moments you thought you wasted, I can redeem. Even the times you turned away, I can restore. Nothing in your life is beyond my ability to transform. So do not sit in regret. Do not dwell on what you should have done differently. That is not where your strength comes from. Your strength comes from this moment, from choosing now, from deciding now, from responding now. I am with you in this very second. When you feel weak, I am your strength. When your thoughts become heavy, I am your peace. When you feel uncertain, I am your guide. You are not walking through this life alone, even if it has felt that way. I have been beside you in every step, even in the moments when you were not aware of me. And I am still here. You may feel like change is difficult. You may wonder if you will fall back into old patterns, if you will lose focus again, if you will drift like before. But hear me. This time is different because now you are aware. Now you recognize my voice more clearly. Now you understand what is at stake. And I will help you. I am not asking you to rely on your own strength. I am inviting you to rely on mine. Lean on me when it feels hard. Call on me when your mind begins to wander. Return to me again and again, without fear, without hesitation. Because every time you come back, I receive you. You are growing, even if it feels slow. You are changing, even if it feels subtle. Do not underestimate what is happening within you right now. Seeds are being planted. Roots are going deeper. Your spirit is becoming stronger, more grounded, more connected to me. So take courage, my child. You are not stuck. You are not failing. You are in the process of becoming. And I am proud of every step you take toward me, no matter how small it may seem. Keep going. Stay with me. Because what I am building in you is something that will last. My child, as you stand in this moment of awareness, I want you to rest in my promises. Not the empty promises of the world that fade with time, but my living promises, unchanging, faithful, and true. What I speak over you does not return void. What I begin in you, I will complete. You may wonder, if I choose to stay, if I choose to listen, what will happen to me? Hear me clearly. I do not call you into attention without purpose. I do not ask you to remain without reward. When you draw near to me, I respond. When you choose to listen, I begin to reveal. I promise you this, clarity will come. The confusion that has clouded your thoughts, the uncertainty that has weighed on your decisions, I will begin to lift it. Not always all at once, but step by step, in the exact timing that your heart can carry. You will start to see what you could not see before. You will begin to understand what once felt hidden. I promise you peace. Not the kind of peace that depends on your circumstances, but the kind that settles deep within you, even when life around you feels unstable. A peace that guards your heart, that quiets your fears, that reminds you that I am in control, even when you do not have all the answers. I promise you direction. You will not walk blindly when you stay close to me. I will guide your steps. I will open doors that need to be opened and close the ones that would lead you astray. Even when the path is not fully clear, you will sense my leading, gently guiding you forward. But my child, these promises are connected to your willingness to remain. I do not force my voice into your life. I invite you to receive it. I do not overwhelm you with answers. I unfold them as you walk with me. There is a rhythm to our relationship, a flow that requires your trust and your patience. Trust me, even when you do not fully understand. Trust me, even when the results are not immediate. Trust me, even when your feelings try to tell you otherwise. Because my timing is perfect. I see what you cannot see. I know what is ahead, and I am aligning things in ways you cannot yet imagine. Delays you experience are not denials. They are preparations. Silence you feel is not absence. It is positioning. And I am positioning you even now. Do not rush the process. Do not try to control what I am carefully unfolding. Stay close, stay attentive, stay willing. Because what I am building in your life is not temporary. It is lasting. It is purposeful. And it is deeply intentional. You will look back and understand. You will see how every moment you chose to stay instead of skip, every time you listened instead of rushed, every step you took in trust, it all led you exactly where you were meant to be. So rest in me, my child. My promises are not distant. They are already in motion. And I am faithful to fulfill every word I have spoken over you. My child, now is the moment where listening must become action. You have heard my voice. You have felt my presence. You have recognized the truth. But what you do next will determine how deeply this message takes root within you. I am calling you to respond. Not later. Not when it feels more convenient. Not when everything around you becomes quiet and perfect. I am calling you now, in this very moment, to make a decision within your heart. Will you continue as before, drifting, skipping, delaying? Or will you choose to stay, to listen, to walk closely with me from this point forward? This is your turning point. Do not underestimate the power of a single decision made with sincerity. One moment of true surrender can shift the direction of your life. One choice to remain present with me can open doors you did not even know existed. This is not about doing something grand or visible. It is about aligning your heart with mine. So I ask you, my child, will you trust me? Will you choose to pause when everything in you wants to rush? Will you choose to listen when distractions call your name? Will you choose to stay when it feels easier to walk away? Because this is where transformation begins, not in perfection, but in willingness. I am not asking you to have everything figured out. I am not asking you to suddenly become someone different overnight. I am simply asking you to take one step toward me. One intentional, modest step. Speak to me now. You do not need perfect words. You do not need a rehearsed prayer. Just open your heart. Tell me what you feel. Tell me what you struggle with. Tell me where you need help. I am listening, not as a distant voice, but as your Father who is near, who cares, who understands. And as you speak, be ready to listen. Because I will respond, not always in the way you expect, but always in the way you need. I will guide you gently. I will remind you of my presence. I will lead you, step by step, as you continue to walk with me. This is your invitation into something deeper. Not a surface-level connection, not occasional moments of attention, but a relationship where you begin to recognize me in your daily life, in your thoughts, in your decisions, in your quiet moments. But it begins with this choice. Right here, right now. Do not let this moment pass like the others. Do not let it fade into memory without response. This is where you draw the line between who you were and who you are becoming. I am with you, ready to walk with you, ready to guide you, ready to strengthen you. All you have to do is choose me. And when you do, my child, you will begin to see just how much I have been waiting for this moment with you. My child, come closer and rest in this final moment with me. Let everything you have heard settle gently into your heart. Do not rush away from this. Do not let the noise of the world pull you back too quickly. Stay here with me, just a little longer. You came into this moment on the edge of skipping, on the verge of missing what I had prepared for you. But you stayed. You listened. And because you did, something has already begun to shift within you. This message was never meant to frighten you, it was meant to awaken you. I have shown you that what you skip matters. I have revealed that my voice often comes in quiet ways. I have corrected you with love, not to push you away, but to draw you closer. I have reminded you that you are seen, chosen, and deeply cared for. And now, I leave you with this peace, knowing that you are not alone, and you never have been. Carry this with you, my child. When you feel the urge to rush, remember my voice. When you feel distracted, remember this moment. When you are tempted to skip what feeds your spirit, remember how I spoke to you here. Because I will continue to speak. Not just here, not just now, but in your daily life, in your quiet moments, in the spaces where you choose to be still. And each time you choose to listen, you will grow stronger, clearer, closer to me. You are not walking this path by yourself. I am guiding you. I am protecting you. I am leading you into a future that is filled with purpose, peace, and direction. Trust that. Hold on to that. And now, before you go, I ask you to respond, not just in your heart, but in your actions. Like this message as a sign that you received my word. Comment, I will not skip what God has for me, so your declaration becomes real. Share this with 3 people who need to hear me, because there are others just like you who are searching, who are tired, who are waiting for a moment like this. And subscribe, so you do not miss when I speak to you again. And as this peace settles over you, hear me again, my child. This moment you chose not to skip has become a spark that I desire to turn into a fire that reaches far beyond you. When you give, you are not giving to a channel. You are releasing oil into a lamp that carries my light into dark places. I have said, those who sow in tears shall reap in joy, and I am speaking this over you now as a living promise. Every seed you release becomes a harvest I multiply in ways you cannot see yet. I am inviting you, my child. Step into this flow of giving and become part of what I am doing. Do not delay this prompting. This is not just generosity. It is alignment with my purpose. As you send your support through Super Thanks or through the PayPal link placed in the description, or even through the QR code I have made available to you, you are helping my word reach hearts that are crying out in silence. There are souls waiting for the same awakening you just experienced. And I see you. I see your willingness. I bless your giving as a prophetic act. I release favor over your life, provision over your needs, and peace over your heart. What you sow into my work, I will return to you in abundance, pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing. So act now. Give now. Be part of this mission without hesitation, and go forward in my peace, knowing that I am with you, guiding you, and speaking to you, always.